What is up, y'all? Zarek with Sobriety 365. Today's video is titled Getting Back Up After You Fall. And this is not just because I had a brief relapse on drinking and stuff. It's just anything in life, you guys. There's going to be times in life where whether you're sober or not. Annie Grace had a great video where she was saying, you know, like, sometimes when we get sober and stuff, like even for me, like I had that when I've had long streaks of almost a year and then even shorter streaks of 60 to 90 days, your life is so much dramatically better because for weeks and months and some people even years, you were flooding your body with all this poison and your life just was terrible. But then once that kind of fades off and things start to feel normal again, you forget that like real life has problems. And that's what I started seeing, like before my relapse on last Saturday is like, or Friday. So I've been cleaning out sober again now 7 days, but you know, I started feeling pressure, you know. Just to let you guys a little bit of my personal life, I have a younger brother who was born out of wedlock. He's my half brother when my father unfortunately cheated on my mom. And this brother of mine, those sides of my dad and the lady he was with, both were alcohol and drug abusers at the time. And my younger brother turned out with autism, slight autism. He's still pretty functional, but he has dwarfism, so he's a dwarf. And so you could imagine how that made me feel kind of guilty growing up, that I'm this young, healthy guy and he wasn't. And I had a great mom and he had a crappy mom. You know, we both shared an unfortunate, not the best father, but I kind of got the better end of the stick. And, you know, he had a choice to live in another city where his grandmother was taking care of him, and he's in his early 20s. And life was good, but he decided to move back to my hometown and be homeless, basically, with his methed out mom. And I was driving on Friday, and I was driving through the street, and I saw him on the streets, and it messed me up. I tried not to think about it, but I'm telling you guys, when you bury stuff, it will go into your subconscious, even if you try to block it. And I didn't deal with it. And then I noticed for the next couple days I was depressed for no reason, even though if you watch my previous videos, I'm like, I got 50 days, I almost got 60 days. I was feeling great, and it just messed me up. And I'm not saying that's the reason I drank, but it definitely caused some stress. Then I had another family member who's kind of lives in a, you know, he's a single mom who has a lot of kids and just doesn't have enough money, reaching out for money, and then feeling guilt because I do have the money, but I don't want to enable people. And all those accumulation of things, just life problems causes stress. And I knew that drinking is not the way to go. But what you guys got to understand is with drinking, even when you know that it's all bad for you, you at least know if you get jacked up enough, you could black yourself out for a night. And that's very dangerous. But that's kind of what happened, is I just started drinking, and then it was just a drink carousel going around with my friends, drinking moonshine and beer and all these things that made me feel terrible. And I did not enjoy the night. I just wanted to let you guys know, like, at this point of everything, I'm red pilled to everything. I did not have fun that night. I have so much more fun being sober, but I was so uncomfortable with those emotions I was feeling that day. Something had to give, and I almost beat it, and I was gonna stay in and just meditate, and the friend showed up at the door without calling, and that's all it took for me to relapse, guys. And it was the hardest part is waking up after having a long streak like that and being like, fuck, I blew it, you know. But I've been down this road long enough to know that those times will make you stronger. Like, you guys have no idea how much pain that caused me, how much pain it caused me to, after 60 days, because I did 60 days of this, I did 60 days of no FAP. If you don't know what that is, check that out. I did 60 days of, well, I've been dieting for the last 6 months, but I was 60 days deeper into my diet. And all these things, and it just fucks your momentum up, excuse my language. But this video is about getting back up, guys. It's not about having a pity party, and you know, you can sob and stuff for a couple days, but eventually you just got to get up. You start feeling better after a few days, and you're like, okay, like, I do not like what I did. I do not like how I felt. I did not enjoy that partying at all. I could truly, like, I used to enjoy the partying, but now, like, when I relapse or whatever I do, I party after, I don't enjoy it anymore. And I think it's a beautiful thing, because I think if I enjoyed it, that would be a problem. But I do realize the reason I did it is because I got stressed out and I did not properly deal with that stress. And my subconscious or whatever in my mind said, well, alcohol is terrible for you, but if you just go drink and stuff, you'll at least black out and not feel that feeling. But we all know that you just feel even worse the next day, and it doesn't solve any problems. So for myself, the message would be is finding more ways to cope with stress and to deal with that. So I'm currently, it's all about finding different methods. You know, you don't want to keep doing the same thing. And the sobriety thing is a lifelong journey. Like I'm in it for the rest of my life. Like I want to be sober, and unfortunately part of being sober, sometimes there's going to be relapses. Of course you don't want it, but sometimes you're going to do it. So what you have to do is get back on the horse, you know, throw things against the wall, figure out what you need to do. You know, if you went to AA and you didn't like it, okay, find out an alternative place. If went to counseling and it worked, stay with it. If it didn't work, if you needed to get on, I'm not really an advocate about prescription meds, but for some people, they need to be on prescription meds if herbs are not working. So for myself, I'm gonna try a couple different things, but I truly believe I have this, and there's just one chink in my armor, and that is learning how to deal with those stressful times when they come. You know, so I'm making this video to you guys to just be strong, get back up. I'm getting back up. I'm not quitting on this. I'm going to look back and shoot another day 60 video and a day 100 video. And I'm going to look back at this blimp in the map and say, you know, I learned so much. Because to be honest with you guys, that last relapse, I learned a ton. You know, I learned that you know, a lot about my loneliness. And a lot of times when I was going out is because I felt lonely. So I've been learning new things to do to aid that loneliness. A lot of times the loneliness will make me or us want to go, and so I'll go party with people who are not really my friends, who I really don't have anything in common with, except for they were partying and using recreational party drugs together. And there's no, it's nowhere near the amount of love and joy I have with my real friends, you guys. So learning, like just taking care of that. And this last 60 days, I actually took care of that a lot. So I wasn't really lonely. But my chink in the armor was not dealing with that depression, that stress that day. And I'm going to figure that out, you guys. But I know next time, even if I'm feeling that way and I can't figure out a way to de-stress myself, I know I have the will. Sometimes you do have to use that willpower. You have so many points a day. I know I could have used that willpower last Friday and not relapse, even though I was not feeling good. But I decided to cave in and I was weak. That's just the truth. You know, so this video is all about you guys. Just get back up on that horse. Joe Rogan said something smart. It's like sometimes when you're going through something, just put together one perfect day, and then the next perfect day. And what I'll tell you guys is, even when you have 100 days or times when I had 7 months, you're like, cool, I got 7 months of sober or on a diet or anything. And then then it's like you've reached your goals kind of. Then it's just like you're living to just live a great day every day. So what you want to do is when you're initially starting off these streaks or this momentum is just live it like, yo, I just need today. And so I'm looking at it like, hey, you know, I may have messed up, but out of the last 120 days, I've been good for about 110 of them. So I'm not looking at it like it's from scratch. It's like, okay, let's keep going and let's just put together a great day today. So for me, putting that great day today is working out, watching my food, measuring my food, keeping my health on point, getting my social on point, hanging out with my friends, go to a movie, go to my classes, fitness classes, clean my apartment, reach out to my family, do my business work. Just put these days together and they will make you so strong. I know it's not easy, guys. I know it is not easy, but you just keep going, I swear. Just freaking put those days together. Then you got a week, then you got 2 weeks, then you got a month, you know what I mean? And stay in there, you know. Just because you messed up yesterday does not mean you're gonna mess up today. So I'm gonna end this video. Thank you guys for watching in. Always, guys, always get back up. You're never out. You are never out. Thank you.